I'm Dr. Jen with White Wave Bodywork, and in this video what we're going to talk about is a core strengthening activity, keeping a neutral spine, that I would like to say is like a modified V-up. Okay, it's just a sitting V. So what I want you to try to do is get into a sitting position where you can pull your lower back forward. So we're going to really lift the pelvis into that anterior tilted position. Sometimes I like to use my hands here to try to pull the low back forward and try to keep the bones at my lower spine in a forward position, not rocked back into this rounded position, because this is real easy to stay in all the time. This is a lot of times where a lot of us live, at the computers, driving, doing all kinds of stuff. You can maintain that without any core and hip strength. What I want us to do is challenge that core and hip strength by pulling the lower back forward. So we're really getting an anterior tilt of the pelvis in this position, and we're going to try to maintain that anterior tilt as we lower back. Now, one of the things that I see in this position is as we try and get a lift of the heels or a lowering back here, the low back starts to cave. So that's the number one thing I want you to try and pay attention to, is the position of the lower back. You want to be up on the sits bones, a little robin's egg shape in your lower back, chest lifted, and try to, at the same time that you're lifting the chest, tack the front ribs back. So you're not doing all of this lower back thing with your upper back and your ribs. You want to be getting it from your pelvis, so you're really up on your sits bones, front ribs tacked back without flattening the low back, and try to get your body in this position where you can really feel a lot of the hip flexors working here. Now, the other thing that I want you to check in on is place one hand on your abdomen, and if you see a pooching happening there, a little peaking happening that kind of feels like this angle, then this activity might be too much for you and you want to go back and maybe to my diastasis check video. If it's not and everything feels okay, I want you to try to keep that low back lifted and keep trying to lower. I don't know if you can see in the video, but I'm shaking a lot here because that's about where my strength fatigues. So the further you go back, the harder that exercise is. I'm trying to keep my heels down on the floor, keep my low back lifted, and lean back. And just breathe. With every exhale, as you're breathing, I want you to pull the belly button in and try to pull the pelvic floor up and in. That would be like a Kegel exercise, pulling the pelvic floor up and in. Inhale, expand, exhale, pull the belly button in, pull the pelvic floor up and in. If all of that feels like too much to coordinate, I want you to go back to my breathing video, to my pelvic floor videos, and try to just coordinate those without doing an exercise. Practice, 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 and then add movement. Okay? So, try it out at home. Let me know what you thought. Leave me some comments in the comment section below, and make it a swell day. I hope you learned something good.